we got to talk about this Joel Embiid story.
Oh yeah. All right.
Oh boy.
Okay. Hello and welcome. Oh, actually, I don't want to say that.
Don't do
Yeah.
That's another show.
Welcome back again to another episode of the Boardman Gets Paid podcast. I'm your host, Andre, and we got Sheldon, our other host, here in the
Yes.
building.
I'm here. It's me.
We are on a
What up? What up?
high from the game tonight.
Eyes red, full of tears.
Hey.
Got nose knot and everything, man. It's been one of those nights, bro. One of those
It was
nights.
one of those nights.
Definitely.
So let's start off again. This week the Raptors went 1-4.
Yes.
I remember predicting that they would win today's game. So I'm right.
Did you?
I predicted
they
they
would.
would.
Pat yourself on the back.
Yeah. But they almost won. They almost went 3-1 this week though.
The Raptors have almost won every game they've played so far,
except for two games.
The Cleveland.
Yeah.
Cleveland and LA. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, they almost They almost beat LA too.
Yeah. Well, we came back. I mean, LA. We'll get into it later, but LA was kind of toying with us for a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's get into it today. I guess we can start off with game one. Raptors played the Nuggets. They ended up losing to the Nuggets in overtime in terrible fashion. What do you think kind of stood out in that game there?
Sorry. Say that again. Which game was that?
The Nuggets. Raptors versus Nuggets.
Raptors versus Nuggets.
Yeah.
You have to edit that part out. Well, the thing is, every time the Nuggets come to Toronto, for like I think in the Jokic era, or I say the Jamal Murray Jokic era, we've played them really well, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the travel for them or what it is, but when we go to Denver, it's never pretty, right? No. Like Denver's been a Raptors, graveyard for a long time. If you remember, that's when Sam Mitchell got fired after that Denver game.
Mm-hmm.
We got destroyed. But yeah, in recent years, we played the Nuggets really well. So I wasn't surprised when the game was close with the Nuggets having all their players for one. Even though the Raptors were hobbled and missing a lot of key guys, we still played them well. And we had a chance to win. We were up in the fourth. I think it just comes down to just that lack of execution and lack of experience. You know what I mean? Sure, you can. You know what?
Yeah.
On that note, I'm gonna say something on that note because I think Darko has done the best for what he knows how to do. Right? We cannot give him any credit for what he doesn't know. Or sorry, we can't bash him for what he doesn't know because he's a first-year head coach, right? He hasn't coached NBA players before. His assistant coaching has never been like drawing up X and O's and all those type of things. He was a development coach for the most part. I'm kind of going with grace with Darko because he's shown like his strengths are development, and he's proven that. Right? He's proven that he can develop guys. He can bring the best out of guys. Look at what RJ is doing right now. Look at Grady, right? After 1 year of this special program that I still need to know the details of, right? Abaji, your favorite player.
Yeah, I gotta eat my foot on that one, man. Look at like he has really turned it around, especially this week.
Absolutely, sorry. But with development and the coach, like we have to give him a little bit of grace to grow a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? He's doing his best, I believe. And to actually be in these games and competitive, we have to give him some credit. We can't expect Phil Jackson level of, in-game coaching and adjustments. It's just not going to happen.
My only concern is I think there's got to be a little bit more competence on player recognition on the other team, preparation for the team, especially in the first quarters. And I think those are things that he's going to have to grow and learn. But it's
and that's it. He's going to have to. You said it right there. He's going to have to learn it because, like I said, I don't think he came in Like, remember when the Raptors drafted him, the whole thing was develop Scottie, develop our young guys. We didn't have RJ and those guys at the beginning. Remember, it was Pascal and OG, a lot more experienced guys. So he wasn't brought in to say how Nick Nurse was to kind of drop X's and O's and get everyone on the same page to do eventually what he did and win the championship. Darko was brought in to develop, and I think he's done his job to that effect. So I personally can't fault him. The
Okay.
coaching stuff, the in-game adjustments, that's gonna come. He's gonna learn, and I think he is learning on the fly. So
Okay. You know
I'm
what?
gonna
I
give him a black.
you know what? I will. I'll give him a bly for that.
Yeah,
Last year, I couldn't give him a bly.
no, definitely not
This
last year.
year,
Last year was a mess for
I
everybody.
also believe that he is the best coach for this situation right now.
Sure,
Meaning wanting to lose because he really learned a way to lose this game in Denver. He like really did, and
absolutely.
as we can see, like we're looking at the player of the game. This is the game that we lost Scottie Barnes. We're going to talk about that later about
Yeah,
injuries in the NBA, but
it's been nasty
Barnes
this year so far.
was balling, man.
Yeah, yeah.
21, 12, and 9 and 5
Woo.
steals.
And mind you,
Mm.
people are saying that Scotty's been playing very lackadaisical,
Mhm.
very how do I put it? Like he's not playing up to his potential,
On effort.
which is
So,
odd for a guy to put up those numbers and have the impact he's had, and
okay,
still
but
not be playing 100%.
I
Go
will
ahead.
I will I will defend them into a point, right?
Okay.
It's it doesn't have it here, but on the real app, it will show you like his quarter to quarter. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of these points came in the fourth quarter for him, like
Right.
when they we were already down by so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
And those are and it just seems like, and you'll see in other games where it seems like he only tries to get his own when
Mm.
when it's like it matters the most. Most of the time we see him like deferring, and I
Yeah.
and I I know what you're gonna say because I'm
Yeah.
just telling you what the argument is. So
Yeah.
people are saying like he's paid the big bucks.
Mm-hmm.
He's supposed to be our number one option. He complains so much. He doesn't get back on defense, and then he's passive when he's out there when we need someone to score.
Mm-hmm.
And my rebuttal to that is that that's not the player he is. He
Thank you.
is a
Thank you.
facilitator,
Right.
and we've had this argument, and I've talked to some other people about it. Is like
Mm-hmm.
'cause now the sentiment is that Scotty isn't the number one option. It should be RJ, and number two should be Dick. And and I'm like, okay, yes, okay, I hear you, but it's not about him being the number one option.
No.
It should be about scoring. He is not a scorer. That
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean that Magic Johnson wasn't a scorer, but
Yep.
he was still a franchise player.
Yep.
Jokic isn't a scorer, but when he needs to be, he does it for his team.
Absolutely. And he
Number
showed
one,
that on this game too.
exactly, and the number
Yeah.
one.
Oh, lost you.
Yeah, sorry, the number one. I just yeah, it's my fault. Something's going on
Oh,
with
okay.
my.
Oh, you scared me.
But the number one option,
Yeah.
scoring wise,
Hmm.
is Jamal Murray, and then number
Yes.
two, it's supposed to be Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you see, he only takes over one, and so that's where I think people are starting to kind of get confused here in Toronto. That
Hmm.
being the franchise player doesn't mean you're the one that scores the most points.
That's right.
You
That's
know.
right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
you can talk about. I wanted you guys to know that
Yeah.
because people are still arguing about it and that like people. This one guy on Twitter
Crazy.
is comparing him to Aaron Gordon, and I'm just like,
No, my
that's
goodness.
hate, fam. That's hate. No, no.
You know what? I'll say as much as this. There's still a lot of basketball fans in Toronto that don't understand the game of basketball,
Yeah, yeah,
right? And I want to say that politely because some of these takes, man. Like you have a guy like Scottie Barnes, right? Who is like a unicorn essentially, right? He's almost like a Jokic, but in a different way, right? Like he
yeah.
is he is the most well-rounded player, not only in this class but like in the league, right? There aren't many players in the league that could do what Scottie Barnes does in terms of passing,
Defensively. Yeah.
defensively, as a
Shed.
facilitator, right? And just in recent years, in the last couple of years, he's added a jump shot
Yeah.
to his game, right? So it's more than just scoring the basketball. I know that, as Jordan fans and Kobe fans, we're like, we love the guy that give me the ball, I'm gonna go in the post, hit a fadeaway jumper,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit 5 jumpers in a row and ice the game.
Hmm.
We get it. That is the alpha male version of a superstar. But there are many different types of superstars in the league,
Yeah.
right? And I think Jokic and even Scottie have shown that you can lead a team in different ways.
Hmm.
To win in basketball, you need a guy who can, especially in today's game, you need a guy that can facilitate, right? When he gets doubled and tripled in certain situations, you need a guy that can score the ball when needed to. Maybe that's his game is in the post, or his game is a face up or a 3-point shot, whatever the case is. But you need a guy that can do more than just one thing, right? For
Exactly.
years, Michael Jordan was only a scorer, right? And he couldn't win basketball games until he learned how to pass the ball, right? Until
Until
he
yeah.
learned how to facilitate. The same thing with Kobe.
Hmm.
He had to learn how to create a more well-rounded game before, defensively, before he could become who he eventually became. Scottie Barnes came into the league as a 4 out of the 5
Glue
tool
guy.
player,
A glue guy.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing was missing from him was his offensive game, which we know it can be learned, right?
But I wouldn't even say it's his offensive game. It's more of his
His
shooting.
shooting, yeah,
Yeah.
which is
Scoring.
obviously, yeah, because his offensive gems are obviously facilitating, passing. He's
Hmm.
a point guard, a self-proclaimed point guard.
Yeah.
I think he
I
has
know
that in his
we keep
bio,
talking
right?
about that too as well. I honestly believe that he's more effective as a four than than a five
Absolutely,
or point forward. Meaning
absolutely.
he still does what he does, but I
Hmm.
think and I hope from people what people are saying is that they think he shies away from contact, but I
Yeah,
think he should be. I think they should put him in a Jokic role, and that
yeah.
they run the offense literally through him the way
Yeah.
that they run it through Jokic.
Jokic is literally a point center in the
Mhm.
NBA.
Yeah.
Like I watched this guy dissect the Raptors in the last 5 minutes of that game
Yep.
to tie it and eventually win it. Like they were giving him the ball, high post, left block. He's turning. He's reading the defense. He's either taking his man off the post, off the spin move, right, backing him down, or he's finding the open shooter.
Mhm.
Like he was just toying with us at the last few minutes of
Yeah.
the game, and we couldn't stop him.
Who else did you kind of see on the Raptors play well that game? Like who stood out to you?
Man, my man, GD, Grady Dick. Listen, man,
We're gonna
I,
be seeing a lot of Richard today.
I did not. I'll confess, I did not watch Grady in college. He was
Hmm.
a one and done. There wasn't many Kansas games that were shown in Canadian television, but I didn't hear about him. I didn't see any clips on Instagram of him. Um, Again, shout out to the Raptors scouting, for taking this guy because a lot of us were unfamiliar, right? And his first year in the league was basically a wash, right? They said he's not ready, he's not strong enough, his game is not ready, and I've never seen this quick of a turnaround for a Raptors prospect. I'm trying to think. I don't remember seeing a guy come in the league on our team that was basically a one-dimensional player turn into this like almost star overnight.
Yeah,
Like he made a defensive play.
I would warn you to say that he's not. This is what he was in Kansas. This is the type of player he was.
30, he was
And
dropping 30 points in Kansas.
yeah, that's like, and the way he
Okay, well,
scores
I'm
is the
unfamiliar.
same way.
I'm
Yeah,
unfamiliar.
so people have been saying this, like those that watch Grady in college
Yeah.
are not surprised at the way he's been playing
Well, I'm happy then. I'm happy then.
because they changed him from being the spot up shooter to a
Yeah,
movement shooter,
got it.
and I didn't. No, you weren't here. My friend called me just today, and he goes, "Do you know what who they're comparing Grady to?"
I saw Danny Granger today,
No,
and
that's
also
stupid.
Mike Miller. I think I saw another
Dumb,
comparison.
better. Someone better. Light
Who's that?
skin, light skin.
What team?
Phoenix,
Light skin. Sean Marion?
Devin Booker.
Oh, no way.
Yep.
No,
Yep.
I don't see that.
Oh
I don't
no, no.
see that.
What? Okay, you'll see.
Okay,
You will
tell me.
see.
Convince me. Because
First of all,
again, because Booker is more of a no, I don't see that. Booker's more of a face up, you know,
Grady
dribble.
has that.
But
The
Grady's
only
he's
the
getting
only
the
thing,
ball off the screen, right? Off the dribble handoffs
and
a lot of times.
movement he can do it. The only
Yeah,
thing that he needs to work on is his handles, and then you'll
for sure.
say that's Devin
Uh,
Booker.
even that, you say he needs to work on his handles. I've seen some moves where his handle does not look shaky at all. He looks
I,
pretty confident, man.
some people are calling him Clay Thompson. I don't think he's a Clay. I think he's
No,
Devin
no.
Booker, and you'll
Clay
see
never wanted to dribble the basketball. He just wanted to shoot, come
yeah.
off the screen and shoot. Like there's no dribbles with Clay at all.
With Grady, you'll see you should like watch a video of just him, just like the Grady Dick for the 30 points and the way that he
Okay,
scores. Like,
okay,
yes, he's shooting the three, but he's coming off of screens. He's curling.
yeah,
He's getting into the shot. He's taking people off the dribble, bro.
yeah. I
Like
think
even today's I
yeah,
don't want to get to that game, but he recognized who was on him
yeah,
and he took it straight to the basket because the
yeah.
guy cheated and he
He's
took it
been doing
right
that
to the
all
basket.
week. He's been
Oh,
doing it all week. Like
oh,
guys are chasing him off the line, and he's not shy to put the ball on the floor. Whether it's to take two dribbles and hit the mid-range shot, or just take it all the way to the rim.
mhm,
He's good at reading the defense. I'll say that much.
yeah,
Like I haven't seen a young player do that in a long time.
yeah.
Whereas I'm a shooter, I want to shoot the three, but you're sprinting at me, so I'm gonna pump fake, get past you. Now the defense is collapsed. Someone's
Collapse.
open,
Yeah.
or I can get the layup at the rim, right?
So
So it's beautiful, man. It's
it's
beautiful
interesting. It's interesting. Okay, yeah, we're gonna talk about him again in the next one
for
because
sure.
the Hornets. I'm very surprised you didn't say Pirtle. You didn't think Pirtle had a good game. Tell
Okay,
me why.
can I be honest about Jakob Pertl?
Yes, please.
This is my guy too. Eh? Let me just get this straight. For me, he was drafted by the Raptors the first time around. I
Hmm.
was really, really, really high on him because he's such a smart player.
Hmm.
But there are moments where he just stresses me out. I'll be real with you. He stresses me the hell out. For someone of his basketball, because he's not like the quickest guy, he's not the strongest guy, he's not the most athletic. He's a very smart player. He knows how to position himself correctly on offense and defense, right? That's what makes him effective. Um, but just to like when the game was on the line, he just made some dumb mistakes. And when I mean dumb, I mean like his positioning was off. Jokic had him on a string in those last 5 minutes, bro. And
Oh
I feel
yeah,
bad
he
because he had
couldn't
a
cover
great
him.
game. He had a great. He could not. He could
Yeah,
not.
and but it's so funny because he had 19 rebounds that game.
He did. You see, but okay, this is why I always tell people the numbers do
Thank
not tell the
you.
full
Yeah,
story, man. You gotta
exactly,
watch the games.
exactly.
The eye test is what is the difference,
Yeah,
right? Because a lot of people are doing this whole thing where it's like, oh, he had this many points or this many rebounds. He must have had a great game.
yeah.
No, you can get a rebound just standing straight and nobody's around you, and the ball just lands in your hand.
Especially
That's a
when you're
rebound.
closer to the rim because you're 7 foot
You're
tall.
7 foot tall, exactly. And remember, Jokic is not the most aggressive rebounder.
Yeah.
He doesn't really care to, fight for positioning and those type of things. So you can get your points, you can get your rebounds on Jokic. But when it's time to win the game and you give that Serbian the ball, listen,
Hey,
there are a few players who can get it done like Jokic, bro.
and
This
he was
guy
a
was
-1.
he was
Imagine you
laying
have
the ball up with his feet still on the ground. I'm like, what is happening?
how you grab 19 rebounds in -1? Come on.
That, thank you. You
That's
see what I'm saying? This is why I don't like the numbers thing. When people bring numbers to me, I'm like, did you guys watch the game?
yeah.
Or did you just look at the stats and be like, oh, that looks nice? You know what I mean? I've seen Giannis put up 35 in 15 games and
Mhm.
lose by 20. Like, come on, let's be real. The numbers these days don't tell the full story,
No,
right?
they don't.
They don't tell the full story.
All right, let's move on. We're gonna move on to the second game of the
Oh,
week.
sorry,
And
sorry, sorry, sorry. Before you
yeah.
continue,
Okay, go ahead.
I hate Russell Westbrook. I don't know what it
Why?
is with him
It's
coming to
it,
Toronto. I hate that guy, bro.
He's
I
like,
hate him. He always chooses whenever he comes here, like he finds something to get upset about,
mhm.
and then he just wants to turn up on us. Like he's not that good.
Don't poke the bear though. Don't
Move
poke.
on, move on, move on. I don't even want to talk more about him. I just don't like him.
All right. Next game, Raptors played the Charlotte Hornets,
Oh
and
boy.
lost and let Charlotte score 138 points on us.
So
Lost
you
five.
remember our previous episode where I told you Charlotte is always a thorn, like deep. You know when they pierced Jesus in his side and the water came out. That thorn is the Charlotte Hornets. That's why they got the little stinger on them.
Yeah.
It's a pierce aside, man. I don't know what it is with these guys. Lamelo looked like I don't even know, like Reggie Miller on steroids. Like
So,
he's hitting
so, so
one-legged threes. Like I was so upset
the
that game.
man
I
did the,
couldn't even watch the rest of the
you
game.
know,
Yeah, it was so annoying.
bro. But here's the key. And we were just talking about Pirtle, right?
Yeah.
Pirtle, look at his stat line, bro.
Oh
Plus
yeah.
18, 20 points,
Yeah.
16 rebounds,
Yeah. But if
right?
you watch the
But
game,
but look at Nick Richards.
if you watch the game,
24 points and 14 rebounds and 4 assists. And look at
I
the
don't
big
even
man,
think I
4
don't even think
blocks.
90% of NBA fans could point out Nick Richards in a crowd.
No, no.
Let's be real.
He
Let's be real.
always eats Pirtle when he can't. And I'm like, and it was funny because he did not play well, and he wasn't until like the end where he
Yeah.
started to get his little points and stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, it just upsets me. Like,
Yeah.
you
Empty
know,
stats. It's the what's his name again from Minnesota? It's the Kevin Love you know
yes.
it's the
Oh,
Kevin Love effect where a guy can put up 25 rebounds, 20 points, and his team sucks for 8 years because
mhm,
those are empty stats,
yeah. Let's
right?
move off of him because I want
Yeah,
to get to the good stuff.
yeah, for sure.
Two players that really stood out to me again is
Hmm.
Grady Dick
Yeah,
and Barrett. Now, when we look at field goal percentage here,
yeah.
both of them took 18 shots, one took 17. Grady
Hmm.
had a higher field goal percentage at 11 for 17,
Pretty
Barrett
efficient, both of
10
them.
for 9. But
Yeah.
the free throws here, look at this.
Mm-hmm.
7 for 12.
Yeah,
We are having we have issues getting to the line.
absolutely.
Look what happened here.
And the thing is, with RJ, his game is predicated on getting to the rim. So, it just doesn't make sense how. And he's not a bad shooter because look, he's 10 for 18,
Yeah,
right? 4 for 5 from 4 from was it 4
4
for
for
6
6.
from three.
Yeah.
So he had a pretty efficient shooting night.
Yeah.
But when there's no one around him, I don't know if this is like the McGrady effect.
Mhm,
Tracy McGrady back in the day, they said he can't hit a shot unless a hand is in his face.
mhm.
Like just to hit the open free throw it's called free for a reason. It's a gift.
Mhm.
There's no pressure. It's in the middle of the game, right? I understand pressure free throws at the end to win it or something like that,
Yeah.
but these are like middle of the game free throws. You gotta lock in and hit these free throws, man,
Yeah. Yeah.
because that could have swung the game, either way,
Well, it's not
right?
only him, Mitchell too missed some really bad free throws. Like he was
Yeah,
1 for
yeah,
2,
yeah.
and then Mitchell was 0 for 5 from 3-point range. So it's
That's
like
tough.
we
That's
are.
tough.
I'm still under the impression that like Mitchell is not a point guard. He literally isn't a point guard.
Well, you know what? I don't think he was ever brought in to be a point guard.
Yeah, he was. He was brought in to be the backup point guard. That's what they
Well,
brought.
well, okay, well, yeah, by definition. But what I'm trying to say is like he wasn't he wasn't brought here to run offenses. I don't think. Me personally, I don't think
Yeah.
that's what he was brought in for. I think
The
he was
problem
brought
is
in,
now he's running the offense at the end of games.
but out of necessity, right?
Yeah.
We don't have IQ. We don't have. Well, Scottie did play this game, but we don't have our guys, right? Our main guys. We can't rely on Jamal Shed to do it. For he played 20 minutes and he struggled, right?
He's
He's
young.
still a rookie who's learning, although he's a 3-year college rookie. He's still learning the game of basketball.
So what do
So
you think about Barrett being a point guard? Because that's basically what he's doing now. He's running the offense.
I wouldn't say he's a point guard. I think he's finding opportunities within his offense,
Mm.
right? So he's mixing it up. You have to remember a lot of his assists were on drives,
Yes.
right? So his intention was to get to the rim
So he's
and score
breaking
the
down the
basketball.
defense, breaking
He's
down the
breaking
defense.
down the defense and he's making the read, which is what you're supposed to do as a scorer. You got to mix it up sometimes. You can't just say, okay, every play I'm going to go down and hit the left-handed drive and hit the layup every time. It's just going to become redundant and teams are going to collapse on you,
Yeah,
right?
and
So he was
that was
making the right
I
reads.
mean, that's a difference where when DeRozan was that was the problem we had with DeRozan.
Oh, do not bring up old wounds, please.
I mean,
Those
like the
playoff
best,
games were so hard to watch.
like because he couldn't pass out of a double team, stuff like that.
He
But
couldn't make the read. It was annoying.
in my mind, right, this is like he's this whole week he's scored 30 points.
Yeah.
I kind of think that Barrett is actually leader for most improved player, and the only reason why he wouldn't get it is because we're not winning. But like,
Sure.
imagine imagine now that draft
Hmm.
class. Remember that draft class has Ja and Zion.
Zion, yeah,
He's been
stacked.
the, he's been the best player out of that whole draft
You think
this year.
so?
This year,
Oh, this year, yeah. Oh,
yeah,
definitely, yeah, by far.
yeah,
The season is early, and I think his because of his usage, right,
yeah.
with Scottie and IQ being out,
Mhm.
even just the fact that he's being relied on and he is coming through, scoring the basketball is an amazing sight to see
Yeah.
because he wasn't doing this in New York, right? They had him as a corner shooter, like I don't know what that was. I don't ever remember seeing him getting dribble handoffs, into his strength, which is driving left.
Mhm.
He's doing this like at least 12 times a game,
Yeah.
and he's scoring at a high clip.
High clip.
You know what I mean? Regardless of he's going left, right? But
Everyone
you
knows.
still can't stop him. And that's what I love about it. You cannot stop him going left, right?
I want to also bring up our rookies.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not this,
Mobile,
but mobile.
mobile.
I think I
Yes.
asked you this before. I was like,
Yeah.
what is mobile? Like, what is he as a player? Like, who could I compare him to? There ain't no comparison to him, bro. This
I
guy
said
is.
Draymond Green last time, but
I don't even know because I don't see
I don't know
Draymond
anymore.
doing the offensive rebounding
No,
and passing.
no.
Oh my gosh.
He had a play in this game. I believe it was this game, or maybe it was the Nuggets, where
Hmm.
he shot a floater
Hmm.
from like the dotted line. It was like just inside the free throw line,
Yep.
and it was like at least five players on both teams were in the mix for the rebound.
Yep.
And who was it that was first to the ball, like
Him.
head and shoulders above everyone else? Was Mobile. And I'm
Yeah.
like, how did this guy get up there so fast? You shot the ball. There's no way you could be the first guy up over the rim
Hmm.
to rebound that ball. I'm telling you, he's a freak athletically, bro.
He's
And
crazy, yo.
once he gets polished, I'm telling you, he's gonna be one of those X factors that you cannot put a price on. It's
Yeah.
like that's why I compared him to Draymond Green because
Yeah.
the intangibles, like he was. Oh, even the game today, and I know we don't want to
Yeah.
jump, but the game today,
Too many
he came
fouls.
up. He
Uh,
Yeah, but I mean, he's working hard and he's
I,
playing
oh,
hard.
I don't even think they were all fouls though, and that's what
No,
I'm
they weren't. They
saying.
weren't. They weren't. But sure, sure.
I like this kid, and
Me too. Me too.
I think even Darko had a problem, like made a mistake in the next game,
Yeah.
not starting him. I don't know why he would start Abaji over him to cover LeBron James.
Oh,
It just made no
yeah,
sense.
yeah. That was tough. Yeah. Well, I think maybe they saw that tape of him guarding. Who was it? Was it that game man where he put on a super master class in one-on-one defense? I can't remember who it was against, but he was moving his feet and he was just staying in front of the guy. I think it was the Sixers and Maxi, where Maxi was trying
No,
to get
it
around
was
him.
Maxi, and but no, it was the there was
What game
that
was it?
game, and there was the. Are you talking about Abaji or Mobile?
Mobile, because Mobile he was
Mobile.
showing
Remember when he
some
was defending Anthony Edwards?
Edwards. That's who it was, and he locked him up.
He
He
locked him
locked
up.
him up.
He
Anthony
did.
Edwards, who is I'll say it forever, is Michael Jordan's kid or
Yeah,
his clone or something, but he locked him up for a few possessions. So maybe they were looking at that and like, oh, let's throw him on LeBron, which is I
yeah.
don't think it's smart because LeBron is a different type of player where he's gonna break you down mentally and just abuse you, which he did that
Speaking
game.
about LeBron, okay, this a game.
Before you get into it,
Yeah,
can I
yeah.
just rant for like 30 seconds?
Please do, please do.
LeBron to me is one of the weakest, most disrespectful. superstars we had in our league
He's
for
petty.
a
He's
long time.
petty. He's petty.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. When the Raptors were at their best, this man was getting his cheeks clapped. Pause. He was getting his cheeks clapped by Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby, all those years in the bubble and post pandemic. The Lakers couldn't beat us.
Mm-hmm.
They could not beat us, and we weren't even at our best.
Mm-hmm.
When we had Kawhi, LeBron was nowhere to be found. He was on the sideline with an injury or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
He was lucky we didn't play him that year. But I mean, you want to come to Toronto when we're in a rebuild and write LeBron toe? You want to bring back LeBron toe and write it on your sneakers? Tell me
Bro,
that's not. Tell me
you
that's
know,
not weak.
you
That
know
is weak,
why? You know why I yielded
and
to
I
the
don't. I don't
LeBronto
respect
thing?
that.
You know why
Yeah.
I yielded to the LeBronto thing? Because DeRozan said, "Man,
Oh man, don't get me
man,
started.
they have LeBron." I was like, "Oh man, if my own guy is there thinking that, what hope do we have, bro? What are you saying?"
Charles
Um,
Oakley would never allow that.
no,
Can I just
no,
be real?
I
He would
don't
have
think he would
never
have never.
allowed that.
I don't think he. I think he was in the building and they refused to lose because he was there, man.
Yeah.
That's Charles, bro.
Listen, man, LeBron, you wait until we're in a rebuild year to come back and floss and act like you're the guy. No, I mean, you see, remember that clip of Michael Jordan with the baseball bat and he's
Yeah,
smoking a cigar and he says, the real measure of a man and when it's 0-0, when it's fair and square, where both teams can line up, at full strength and play each
yeah.
other. That's the true test, right?
That's yeah.
Not when we're down, not when we're rebuilding. You want to come back with LeBron? So get out of here, man. Get out of here.
So this game was like the numbers here do not tell the tale of the game. Okay,
No, this is
um,
an ass whooping.
this was like
This is
terrible.
this was bring your son around to the room, get the belt. I'm gonna beat his ass.
I, I
That's
I I've never seen a coach call a timeout in the first minute of the game. The first minute of the game, bro.
yeah,
Darko's like, no, we can't. No. Even Darko noticed that something's going on here.
yeah.
Like, like, what's up, bro? Like,
It's bad, bro.
Hurdle
Very
was
bad.
getting destroyed by Anthony Davis. Destroyed.
Anthony Davis looked like prime Hakeem Olajuwon with his knees intact, fresh from Africa, with all the basketball skills in the world. Like,
Yeah,
bro, Anthony Davis never looked that good in my life. Pause.
bro.
He's never looked better.
He was doing floaters. He was doing jumpers. He was
Everything.
flying all over. I'm like, who is this? Oh, it's Pirtle guarding him.
Of
And
course
this
it
is
was.
and this was Pirtle versus him. Like
Eh,
there was no picks. There was nothing. Okay.
It was 1-on-1, and Anthony Davis looked at him like a piece of lamb chop and was like, I'm going to have a
He had
piece tonight. I'm going to
38
drop.
points, two
Oh.
blocks, three steals, 11 boards.
No, 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 no. He was 14 of 20 from the field, 10 of 11 from the free throw line. That is, oh my
And
God.
what was weird is the reason why I think the Raptors did come back is because they just stopped going to him in the
They
third
stopped
quarter.
going to him because, yeah, well, you see, the thing is, the Lakers knew they had the game in the bag, right?
Yeah,
They were up so big. And remember, they are an older team somewhat.
yeah.
So it's like, why are we going to put our best foot forward?
Mhm.
We already got the lead. Anthony Davis is going off. Let's just try different things. They brought Dalton Connect in for a stretch. He struggled bad.
Yeah,
Um, Abaji locked him up at some point in the game.
yeah,
And that, like you said, that caused a comeback, right? And
yeah,
yeah, it was one of those games where, yeah, we were losing and we started to come back, and
yeah.
you got a little hope, but this was never close. The game was
Yeah.
never
It was
ever
never, and
never.
it just felt like I don't know if you remember this, but
Yeah,
Masai got interviewed.
yeah.
What
Second
happened?
quarter. Yeah,
And hey, that's when they started playing better. Because if you see the second quarter, they scored the same amount of points, and in the third quarter, it was just like, "Oh, boss is in the building. We need to,
yeah.
step this up." There,
Messiah looked like that. It sounded like that black dad that comes in the room when the kids are acting up.
the look,
Yeah, just give him the look. He was sitting courtside like, "Hey, don't embarrass me tonight."
yeah.
When does
So,
Messiah ever come on the broadcast? On a random night. It wasn't even like Vince Carter night yet or anything. It was just a regular. Tuesday night or whatever it was. Like he
Um,
never comes on the broadcast.
the one thing I want to say about this game is like, okay, Toronto fans.
Oh
Let me,
boy,
you know what? Let me put this in here, and I just
I
wanna
wish we had some music to
let me
go with it.
talk to you. Like here, let me just do this.
I wish we
Toronto
had some
fans,
music.
Toronto fans, please. I know that we're in Toronto, and that this might be LeBron's last hurrah.
I hope it is.
Okay, but don't be coming to the Jurassic Park Scotiabank Center, Toronto, Ontario, cheering and wearing a goat head in the stands
That was absurd. Whoever that was, you don't have a girlfriend because she.
and
There's no way.
cheering for Bronny with less than 7 seconds left to play in the game. Are you serious right now? We
Honestly,
are Toronto.
JJ Redick, you
Ugh,
need a slap for that. Why are you putting Bronny in the game 7 seconds ago? What was the point of that? You guys had the game in hand. Yeah,
no,
that they're chanting Bronny, but there's 7 seconds. I don't even think Bronny ran up the other side of the court. I think they
no.
inbounded the ball, and
I thought he was still at the table when they inbounded the ball and it
yeah,
was good.
I don't even think he crossed half.
Ugh,
Like, what was the point of that? That night was just all around embarrassing, and
yeah,
I personally was upset. The whole Lebronto thing and AD going off, it just wasn't a night for us, man.
no, no,
It wasn't a night for us. But hey, sure, sure.
okay. All right, last game. Um, want to
The game,
talk about this today's game. This is
yes,
the game. This is the game of the week. I think Raptors
absolutely,
defeat the Kings. Okay,
yes, yes,
in overtime
yep.
because obviously we can't win in
We can't win the
regulation.
regulation. Yeah, yeah, no, not at
But
all.
we do it in overtime, and RJ Barrett for the third game in a row scores over 30 points.
Yep,
Dick or Grady, because I'm gonna call him Grady this time.
sure.
He did not
Richard,
play well in the first half, and
yeah,
then he turned back into Grady in the second
yes,
half and started to
yes,
score a little bit more. The movement scoring,
yep.
and 22 points.
Hmm.
Um, Pirtle, of course, whatever. But let me
He did
ask
okay.
you
He
this,
did
okay?
okay this game. I'll give him a black this game.
Bro.
I'll
Okay,
give him
so
a black.
let me say this, okay? So
Go ahead.
here's the question for you, okay?
Yeah.
Let me put me up here on blast as taught. I'm just gonna do this again.
What happened?
Do this again. It's like, okay, Sheldon. Um, so yeah, I was doing this for the other thing and I didn't properly do it, but listen, Sheldon.
I'm
Okay,
hearing you.
there's your player scores like 16 points in the first quarter.
Uh,
Okay, okay. Do you bench him
oh,
for 2 quarters?
dude.
B, continue playing him,
Oh,
or
jeez.
C, send him to the locker room and never hear from him again.
You banish him from the arena.
No, what the hell? What? Yo, we were. Yo, I didn't understand. I was like,
Oh,
I'm
man.
watching the game. Man had 60 points. I think in the first quarter. I think it was first quarter, first second, and then my man just sat on the bench,
Hey,
and
man.
the Kings proceeded to come back. I
Hey,
was
man.
like,
He got the message from head office. Hey, we're not trying to win every game, bro.
nah,
Like, chill out.
so me, I'm okay with that. But
Yeah.
today with Vince Carter and the
No, you
crowd,
have to win today.
no,
Definitely,
we had
definitely.
to win today, bro.
You can
And
see
the way
the
Demar,
players. Yeah, the players were like, "Yo, we got to win this game," because some of the plays that were made down the stretch. Shout out to Chris Boucher, by the way, who had an amazing game. Amazing game, bro. These guys really wanted to win tonight, and it showed. It showed.
yeah,
Minus the free throws,
yeah, yeah,
they were trying to win tonight, and we got the W. So shout out to the team. But yeah, no, listen, man. When it comes to the coaching and the decisions, like I said earlier, man, I'm not paying as much as attention to it as you guys are, but I do see it though. I do see it. You can't bench a
thank
guy
you, thank
who
you.
dropped 16 points in the first half
And
and let the other team come back. Yeah,
him and Mobo were playing really well, but it was the
unless
fault of Mobo.
unless something was happening with him, and he probably said, "Hey, man, let me just sit out for a couple." I don't know. I'm just trying to see where you could do that because there's no way your assistant coaches don't nudge you and they're like, hey, my boy's he's on a heater right now. Put him back in the
Mm.
game. Like that's what some assistant coaches are there for. But yeah, there's no excuse for that at all. At all.
So let me point out another stat line
Yeah.
that has been cheesing me, and I keep telling you he's not a point guard. My man, Davion Mitchell, had 4 points, four
hmm
fouls, 5 turnovers, 5
37
steals,
minutes. Yeah.
7 assists in 37 minutes, fam.
He's playing out of his range. I don't think he's started a game in a long time, like since he's been in the league. Because he's playing behind Darren Fox for the last how many years?
I think he's a combo guard. I do not think he's a point
No, I've
guard.
never said he's a point guard. I don't know where that
Bro,
notion came from. He's just playing that out of necessity because IQ cannot seem to get healed from whatever this injury is. And now Scottie's out, so it's like who else is there? Naturally, I'm not gonna put any blame on Mitchell because I don't think we brought him here to be a lead guard in that
okay.
sense.
Okay. I'll
You know
let
what
you
I
I'll
mean?
allow that. Okay. So let's get back to now. We had the
The game.
week. The Raptors
Yeah.
went 1-3
Yeah.
for this week. It's not bad.
Amazing
You
week.
predicted two
Amazing.
and two.
Yeah.
We could have
All
easily
amazing
been
games,
three and
by the
one.
way.
Huh?
All amazing games, by the way. Let's
Yeah.
not discredit
Remember,
that. It's
remember
very
I messaged
entertaining.
you about the Denver game, and you're like, "Yeah, they're gonna win it," and they end up
It,
losing.
it was literally right after that. I think we were
Yeah,
up like four with like a minute and a half left,
it
and
was
you're like,
when.
you texted me, and I'm like, yeah, of course we're gonna. Like, I was so confident. I'm like,
Yeah,
we always beat Denver at home, regardless,
yeah.
and we were playing very well. And then boom, Jokic is like, okay, give me the ball, go on that side. I'll
Oh,
find you,
Jokic
or I'll
mashed up
score.
Scottie Barnes' face, and then that's when they went on a run.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But I'm saying, like, even on offense, Jokic is like, give me the ball in the high
Mhm.
post, and I'll win the game for us.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
He
Murray
will.
had the dagger layup to was
Mm,
it to tie? I think it was
the
whatever
tie.
that was. He had the dagger. That play pissed me off a lot because
Yeah,
Pirtle was just in the wrong position. He was
bro.
in no man's land, and
So
it's rare for him.
the play that tied the game, that was Jokic that scored it, right? Guess
Yeah,
who was on him?
Pirtle, right? No,
Oh, Davion Mitchell.
yeah, it was a nasty switch. I remember that. Yeah,
Like,
it was a
are
nasty
you
switch.
serious, bro? Like,
But
of all
this is my
people.
point. This is my point with the Nuggets and especially Jokic. Like
Mhm.
that starting five has been together for a long time,
Yeah.
right? And they know how to close out games. Obviously, they won a championship.
Mhm.
Um, like it just showed the levels to this thing, right? Like when it was time to buckle down, these guys didn't make any mistakes. They put the ball in their best players' hands, and their role players were right there. I think there was one play where we were up one or two, and Aaron Gordon got an offensive rebound, and it just pissed me off because he was the only Denver player at the rim, and it was like four Raptors there. No one could grab the board or box him out, right? But those are just like winning plays from a. You expect that from a championship contender,
Mhm.
right? Like I'm not expecting that from us right now, but it was a great learning lesson. Like you guys had the lead, you played well, literally for 4 quarters, and just gave it up in the last few minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But hey, a win is a win, man.
Yeah, it was a win is a win. And you know what? Um, kudos to the team. So, okay, I'm gonna ask a few questions again now.
Let's go.
First
Let's
up,
do it.
offensive player of the week.
We
Who
have to
would be
say
that player?
players. I gotta go players. I can't single out one. It's RJ and
Really?
Grady, man. RJ and Grady have been
Okay.
on a heater. They are the first duo in Raptors history to have back-to-back 30-point games, which is crazy. Seeing as we had Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady as teammates, DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry as teammates,
Hmm.
right? Chris Bosh and I can't even say Andre Martin.
Yep. Jermaine O'Neal. Jermaine
Jermaine O'Neal,
O'Neal.
yes. There
Fair
you go.
enough.
Jermaine O'Neal. Jermaine O'Neal as teammates. And this is the first time
Yeah.
a duo has gone back to back there. So shout out to them.
Hmm.
Um, I can't single out one of them. They've been both amazing. I think Grady has 2 career highs or 3 career highs
Three
this week.
straight career highs this week.
Three
Yeah.
strict. That's unheard of,
So
right?
I
So
gotta agree with you on that one. I was gonna give it to RJ, but then like
Grady's
it's
right
so
there,
hard not
man.
to give it to Grady as well.
Yeah, yeah,
I
he's right
agree with
there.
that. Okay. What about defensive player of the week? Who you giving that?
Um, I'm gonna go with Chris Boucher. Chris Boucher had some amazing plays this week. He had a few nice blocks, a few good steals. I'm also gonna go with Abaji. I'm gonna tell you why. His stats are not gonna show up on the box score in terms of
Mm.
defensive stats. But if you're watching him play, he is playing his butt off. He's hitting his shots, but he's also defending the best wing player on the opposite team. And I'm not saying he's shutting them down, but he is playing his butt off and he's being effective. So I'm gonna go to Baji over Boucher for sure.
So for me, I'm gonna go with Mobo. I think
Mobile's great. That's a good pick.
Mobo has been the energy that he brings defensively.
That's
It's
a good pick.
like he deserves it, but it's close because I
Hmm.
Ochai has been really good and Jamal Shed has been really good,
Oh
and
yeah.
Davion Mitchell to an extent has been good too. So
Yep.
they've all been very good players
Yep.
throughout. Okay, so we got
But
that.
before you move on,
Mhm.
you can't really harbor on a great defensive player because we've been giving up a lot of points this week. I
Okay,
mean, I
but
think the
okay,
average
so
is like
again,
130.
yeah. Okay, but again, like when numbers don't say everything.
No, it
So when I
doesn't. Yeah,
say
but yeah,
defense, it's like we have lapses. We have
for sure.
like defensive lapses. I'm just
Oh yeah.
more talking about that individual defense and
Hmm.
some of the times we just see them just lock down and defend and stuff like that. So
Even today's game, like the Kings won like a few 8-0 runs like within like a minute. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
it's
they do,
like,
and that's a trend I noticed that
yeah,
same thing happened in Charlotte. We'd go,
yeah,
we bring it, we cut down the lead, and then they'll go on a 10-0 run quickly.
yeah, like
Let's
really quickly. Yeah,
really
yeah, you're
quickly.
right.
Yeah, yeah. So rookie of the week, who? Because we have a lot of rookies on this team. Who would you
Oh
kind of
man,
call out for rookie of the week?
rookie of the week for me has got to be. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Jacoby Walter. Walter, the rookie of the week for me.
Really,
Yeah, the reason why I'm gonna give
he
him some
played two
props.
games. He played two
Yeah,
games.
I'm gonna give him his props. I'm gonna tell you why.
Mm.
He missed the entirety of training camp. He missed the first 2 games, 3 games.
Mhm.
Was thrust into the Lakers game. I mean, tough for any kid to just literally start your career against LeBron James and Anthony Davis and actually look like you belong. Regardless, he went 1 for 8. I think it was 1 for
Mhm.
6
Yeah,
that
one
night.
great.
But his hustle, like I said, and this is probably a theme for this show tonight. But the numbers don't tell the story.
Yeah,
Because I'm watching this kid play, and he looks like he belongs. He's hustling on defense, right? He's getting to the right spots. He was
he's
open
getting
for
to
a
the
lot of time.
line. Getting to the line.
Getting to the line a lot. He
And
had
he
what,
was
6 assists 1 game?
yeah.
Like he was playing really well.
And what's interesting about him too is that he was a +7 in that game against the Lakers.
Right. That's what
Only
I'm
players
saying.
that are plus, right?
Those 20 minutes that he played were good minutes.
Yeah.
And like I said, he belonged.
My only thing is though, I was like, why are you playing him in the why are you playing him to close out the game? It's his first game. You're closing out the game with like there's mobile right
Well,
there.
you can look at it as like a vote of confidence too, right? Like all these things matter to a rookie player, right? You don't want to like. I remember uh, Dwayne Casey used to do this a lot, where he would play a young guy, the first 10, 15 games of the season,
Yeah.
give him like 25 minutes a game, and then for the next 15 games, that kid wouldn't even get dressed. He'd be like, "No, you're end of the bench for you,"
Yeah.
It was just like unnecessary punishment for a lot of times.
Yeah.
So I like how Grady does this thing where he, gives guys minutes and he kind of gives them a chance to get themselves going, even though they mess up or whatnot. So I'm gonna go with Walter for this week because he did show that he belonged, and
For
I like
me,
his game.
I would go Jamal Shed.
Mm.
Um, because
Really?
yeah, and you know why? I want to call him out because he's been a steady player playing the backup point guard.
That's
And
true.
he, like if you think about his tenacious defense, just the way that he gets to the basket,
Beautiful.
bro, he almost had a putback off his own shot, similar like how that mobile play. He
Yeah.
almost had the same thing by himself. He's 6 foot, fam. He had a dunk,
Yeah.
bro. Like he's six
Yeah.
foot and he gets
Two
up. He
handed
gets
dunk. Yeah.
props. Okay.
He's a little guy, but you can look at him. He's very much in shape, right? He never looks tired out there. He gives
Yeah.
110 every possession, just like Mitchell. I don't know if it's a small guy thing, but like these guys just don't quit, man.
Yeah.
They don't
I,
quit.
and the reason why I pick him as well is that I would have picked Mobile here, but I put him as defensive. So
Yeah,
I'm giving it to
Moba had
Rookie.
a great week. Moba had an
Yeah.
amazing week, offensively.
And the last one is surprise week. So who surprised you this week?
LeBron James,
No, on our team. Like, don't
Russell
worry about
Russell
LeBron
Westbrook,
James.
Russell Westbrook. These guys surprised me. Surprise of the week. Um, I'd say the Grady career highs. Those were a surprise for me
Yeah, that was
because
good.
a lot of times with young players when they get a career high, the next game is usually like 8 points, right? A la Terrence Ross
Yeah,
after his 50-point game, put up what 6 points for
yeah,
like the
but
next
the next
20
10
games.
games, yeah, it was terrible.
It's disgusting.
I
So
would
shout out
say,
to him though.
I would
I'll
say
go Grady for that.
Brady. I would say my surprise of the week, is probably Battle, and I'm going with three rookies.
Okay, okay.
Battle can shoot, fam.
He can shoot the ball. It's a little quirky,
Yeah,
his shot, but it goes in, man. And my
goes
coach
in.
used to say, "I don't care what you do, as long as that ball goes to the hoop, bro. That's that's it. I don't care."
Melo Ball would love you, bro. But
Listen,
yeah,
man.
also I want to say this one thing. The
Yeah.
Bruno Fernando experiment is done because he hasn't played in a
Praise
while.
the Lord. You got to
And,
give Darko some credit for that.
yay,
I don't want to see
Darko!
that guy ever again. He is six. What is he? 6'10" or whatever.
Hold
He
on.
can't
Yeah, there you go. There's my clap.
get him
Clapping
out of
for
here,
Darko.
man. I don't want to
Oh,
see that guy
amazing.
ever again.
That guy
He
was
is
terrible.
like his fundamentals are so bad, and for a guy who's been in the league already, like he should be way better than this. I was looking at his highlights, and he looks so promising. But then you see him in a game, and you're like, "What is
The,
happening?"
the
He looks
man
lost out there.
threw the ball out of. Oh, anyways,
Oh God, don't get me started, bro.
okay. Let's get around the NBA.
Yes,
There's some stories like you bring up the first. I'll bring up the first story, and you can go
sure.
in the second one. So first one, Dwayne Wade statue. Oh,
Oh
what
my God.
happened, bro? What
All right,
happened?
man. So this was a great. It turned out, started off great. We got the news, I think, like a couple days before that we're gonna get the statue for D Wade. I
Yeah,
was excited because Dwayne Wade, one of my favorite players to watch. That was a non-Raptor.
yeah.
Um, Booed the hell out of him when he played us because he killed us a lot of times. But
Obviously,
loved watching him play. I was rooting for him the '06 year when he won the championship. He did it the right way. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
played hard. Didn't he didn't cry. He just played his butt off and won a championship in his
yeah.
third year, I think it was. Yeah. So love D Wade, man. But this statue has to be the worst. And I mean the
Second
absolute
worst.
worst. You know what's
Second worst.
bad? You know what's really bad when the internet takes something that you've done or something that's associated with you and just throw it on every meme imaginable.
Okay, it's the second worst one. The worst one was Cristiano
Oh,
Ronaldo.
definitely, yeah. Ronaldo's is horrible. Ronaldo's is horrible. But this is okay. The day of, we're all like, "Yo, D Wade could not have approved this. There's no way he saw this and was like, yo, that's me," you know.
Uh,
And then
just
we come
for
to
those that
learn
are
that.
those for that are just listening,
Uh,
we're showing Dwayne Wade. Just do a search for Dwayne Wade statue.
Dude,
Just looking at it. Oh
it's
my god!
disgusting, man.
Like this one.
Absolutely
Look at this
disgusting. He looks like
one.
his face is melting, bro. He looks like you remember that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was on Mars?
Oh, Total
What's that
Recall.
movie? Total Recall. When they got exposed to the Mars atmosphere and their face started melting and burning up. That's what this looks
Yeah.
like to me, bro. And their
Oh,
eyes were bulging out of their head. That's what this looks like to me. This looks like I posted it. This looks like dude, the villain from The Mask. You
yes,
remember when the evil guy
yeah.
put the mask on for the first
Oh my
time?
god,
That's what this looks
that
like,
was
man.
hilarious. So,
This is
okay,
not Dwayne Wade, bro. I'm sorry, it's not
I don't know
D
who that is, but
And then we
that is
learned that he actually approved it. Like he saw it beforehand and was like, "Yeah."
When you
Do
see the video of like they reveal it, the guy looks at him like,
his son, yeah, his son is like, he's
uh,
like, Pop, that's you,
uh,
like that, that's you for real. Like,
all
I
right,
would have been roasted him for, oh man,
that's all.
forever,
All right, well,
forever.
next story there. You can go ahead.
Oh man, there's a lot of stories this week. Rudy Gobert is still punching people apparently and fighting people after getting dunked on. Yo, he's the worst defensive. He's the worst defensive player of the year I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
I think Shaq said it. Like he's got to be the most undeserving uh, defensive player of the year. This guy gets dunked on by Christian Braun, two hands, right? Nobody was in the way. Two hand dunk on one at the rim. Pause, and he got dunked on.
yeah. Oh, sorry, my bad.
I thought you were going to sound effect. No, and then he proceeds to like swing at him.
Oh gosh.
And then he runs away when he sees Russell Westbrook starting to charge at him. Yo, Rudy Gobert, you are the lamest. One of these top three lamest players in the NBA to me. That's
Yeah.
one of the stories. My next story, Joel Embiid. Speaking of lame, um, Joel Embiid apparently attacked a reporter or got in a little scuffle with a reporter
Okay.
over an article that was posted. And I'm not gonna give Joel Embiid any flack here because apparently in the article the reporter was, taking jabs at his late brother and also his son. So it kind of got a little personal.
Mhm.
And Embiid, rightfully so, put hands on him. He didn't punch him or anything, which was the early reports that we saw that he punched the reporter. But no,
Why are reporters talking about people's late brother?
and that's the thing. So he kind of put his hands on him, and then Embiid is a big guy, man. I don't want Embiid to put his hands on me, pause at all. So
Mm-mm.
that reporter, shame on you, bro. Whoever that is, put his name out there. Put the reporter's name because they're trying to give Embiid a bad rap for this right now on Twitter, but more information is coming out saying the
Marcus
article.
Hayes.
Marcus says, there you go. You're a piece of crap. Okay, you don't talk about people's dead family or their kids or anything like that. That's off limits, bro. You don't do that, right?
Yeah.
So shout out to Embiid,
Yeah.
even though we know you're you're just trying to relax for the first half of the season because you played the Olympics. We know you're just trying to chill out.
Just
We
try to
know
chill.
you're healthy. He's just trying to relax. It's all good. I'm not hating. It's just like just say it, bro. Just
Mm.
come out and say it. Like they got fined this week 100,000 because the Sixers did because they are playing this game with the NBA about his health and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So just come out and say it, bro. You want to relax for the first half of the year? It's cool. This is your first summer where you actually played the whole year, or sorry, the whole summer, and you just want to break. Just say that.
Yeah.
Say
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
That's I one thing I want to say. I'm not a reporter. I am
Yeah,
just a fan.
same
But
here.
I feel like some reporters feel so entitled to
Absolutely.
these NBA players' lives just because they're paid millions of dollars.
We have a few in Toronto.
Feel,
We have
they
a
feel
few in Toronto.
entitled to say
Yeah,
whatever they want, to expect to be answered anytime. That
yeah.
you know. That's why I know you hate Russell, but I like him. I like what he does to these reporters
Oh,
because
don't get me wrong. When I
yeah,
say I hate Russell, I'm talking about basketball,
yeah,
like strictly
oh
basketball.
yeah,
The person, Russell Westbrook, the person, that's my guy.
yeah.
When he attacked that reporter, talking about what are you talking about, bro?
Mhm.
I love that. I like when he challenges people, just like DeMarcus Cousins, right?
Yeah,
Remember he got blacklisted for being who he is, but he would challenge the reporter and be like, "Hey, what were
yeah.
you talking about?" You know what I'm saying? So I think more athletes should do this, where if you feel disrespected in a way,
Mhm.
go and confront that person because they have no right to speak on your family or anything that's close to you or what you cherish. They shouldn't do that.
I'll take a
Your
step.
job is to write about the game, talk
I'll
about the
take.
game.
Hold on one second. I'll take a step back.
Yeah,
Players, if you watching this, if you get into a, do not confront the reporter.
confront the reporter. Damn it,
Don't do it. Just
take the fine.
I'll give you the best one.
All right,
Yeah, we played this game and we did our best. We did we tried our best and we played 110%.
yeah,
And just look at semi pro.
bro. Nah, do the
Semi pro,
Marshawn. Do
So
the
this
Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch, yo,
I'm only here so I don't get fined.
he's rude, bro. But I say Semi Pro had the best one because he just kept saying the same thing over and over. Anyways,
Yeah, that's what
they're
Marshawn Lynch did. I'm only here so I don't get fined, bro.
only get fired. Yeah.
Marshawn, what do you think about the Super Bowl? Are you excited? I'm only here so I don't get fined. That's my guy right there.
So
Yeah, man.
the next story I want to bring up,
Mm.
Bucks are
Yes,
struggling.
that was my story. That was my next story. Yeah,
Oh,
go ahead.
sorry.
No, that's good.
So
That's perfect. No, we're on the same wavelength. Good.
yeah, okay. Let me pull up the. You
What
can
is happening in Milwaukee? What is going on?
you think is going on with them?
I know exactly what's going on. I can tell you right now.
Is does his name start with Doc and end with Rivers?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to get his real name right now. Doc Rivers'
He's
real
trying to find his government name. What the?
Glenn Anton Rivers. He is the problem in Milwaukee. Okay, listen to me. This guy, ever since 2008, he's been put on this pedestal as an amazing coach.
Yeah.
We need to stop giving him jobs. Everywhere he's gone in the last, what, 10, 15 years, he has just destroyed the franchise. This
Hmm.
guy had Blake Griffin, Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan, JJ Redick,
Hmm.
Matt Barnes, Jamal Crawford, and couldn't win a championship with that
Couldn't
team.
win. Couldn't win.
Couldn't even get to the finals, bro.
Uh, Like you can't say that. They were up 3-1 and
This guy
couldn't get the
had
fourth game multiple times. You know
Joel
how hard it
Embiid,
is to do that?
Tyrese Maxey, James Harden,
Mm,
and couldn't get to the finals.
no. Couldn't get out of the second round, bro.
Couldn't get out. We need to stop giving this doctor um, his own clinic. He's
I
just got to go home. Put him
I
back
don't
on TV.
I actually don't think he's the only problem. I think he's the main problem, but
He is the main
I think
problem,
the main
definitely.
problem is them trading Drew Holiday. They should have done
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That to me, that was one of the most. Well, they didn't trade him. Remember, I think it was a no. They did trade him to Portland, and then he was released.
Portland.
Yeah. So that backfired in the most royal way I've ever seen in my life. Because how do you release one or trade one of your best players? He then gets released and then goes to your rival, and that
Yeah.
rival wins a championship. You look stupid. Bucks, what are you doing?
I don't know,
First of
man.
all, they
Here's the
don't even
thing.
have a practice facility. I don't know if you know this. They don't have their own practice facility. They
What?
practice. They practice at a church. Look it up, bro. I
Stop
think
it.
it was on a documentary. I remember with Giannis, man. Look it up.
No,
They
but that's
practice.
probably. But they just got a new arena, so how
Okay,
would they?
maybe that's changed now. But the
Yeah.
last time, correct me
No,
if I'm wrong. The last time I remember, they were playing in a church
I have to look that up.
gym, and they used to get kicked out when the old folks had to do had to come and play their game. I'm not even kidding, bro.
That's
I'm
it.
not
That
even.
can't be serious, bro. No,
Look it up, man. I know I watched it. I
but
know. I think it was the documentary on Prime with Giannis. Giannis's documentary on Prime. Go watch it. I'm telling you.
okay, I gotta watch that. But like the Bucks are 1-5. They've
Yep.
lost to good teams,
They-
bad teams.
Yep.
Raptors are ahead of them for some weird reason, and yeah,
Why could we play them? Damn it. Oh,
uh,
we're hold on. We're bearing the lead here. We're bearing the
what,
lead.
what's that?
Giannis
What's
and Giannis
oh yes,
Antetokounmpo has informally requested a trade. The
uh,
report hasn't come out straight that he requested a trade, but earlier in the summer, I remember him saying, that things if they don't win a championship this year, then they might look to trade him. He's kind of planting the seed, like
okay. I'm doing a trade
now
alert. Trade
now they're
alert.
1-4 or 1-5. So you think there's a correlation there?
I think they're no, yeah. Well, okay. I'm gonna put this out there.
Go ahead,
I'm
go
putting
ahead.
it out
I'm
there in the
listening.
system. Okay,
I'm listening.
do my Brian Windhorst. If the Bucks want to rebuild,
Ooh, rebuild.
okay, if they want to rebuild
Interesting.
and rebuild quickly, they should trade Giannis to the
What?
OKC
Oh, you
Thunder.
were telling me this. Yes, you were telling me this.
Now here's the
Uh,
interesting part.
I
OKC
don't
Thunder
know.
have five
Yeah.
five first
Yes.
round picks in the most stacked draft
In a long time.
in
Yeah.
a long time
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
year. Okay, they're about they are literally about like if you can see here,
Hmm.
I'm not showing it here, but the Clippers are 2-3. Okay, they're at the
Yep.
bottom of the thing. If the Clippers don't make playoffs, they get their draft pick. Okay,
Yeah.
or is it
Clippers
San?
will just open
Oh,
a
is it
new
San
arena.
Antonio? Maybe, no, maybe it's San Antonio. But anyways,
Yep.
they could
Hmm.
get Cooper Flag. Okay, that's the thing. But if, and I'm doing my Brandon Windhorst, if OKC's smart, why
Yeah.
not trade all them draft picks and go get yourself Giannis for 2 years
So
and go
see,
win
see
a
the thing
chip?
is, you see the thing is, and we spoke about this in our group chat, but we're
Mm.
like, yo, it's gonna take 5 draft picks for anyone to trade for you. It's gonna take like the asking price alone is gonna turn away 29 other teams because I think OKC is the only one that has won the capital in the draft picks and maybe one or two of their young players, right? That would entice Milwaukee to say, hey, if our superstar doesn't want to be here no more, we can literally rebuild with the greatest draft of all time, right?
Well, I,
You can keep Dame if you want. I mean, Dame is just his stock is falling like Satan from heaven, bro. This is bad
but we
for
could
Dame.
they could also trade Dame no sweat as well.
But the thing is, who's gonna want him? Who's gonna want Damian Lillard right now? We
Okay,
thought him
so
going to Milwaukee was gonna make him look like a superstar, and he's looked very average.
well,
Teams are attacking him,
I've
you
always
know.
said that if they were like I always said that he would like the Bucks would be the best place for Dame,
Yeah,
but that was only if they had Drew Holiday. Because
right.
you had, and so when you go and trade Drew Holiday for Dame, it didn't make sense whatsoever.
You know
It
this.
didn't make sense for the Portland. Like why take Drew Holiday's contract?
Yeah, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the OKC Thunder when they were deciding between signing Serge Ibaka or James Harden,
Yeah.
right? And the
No, they weren't.
minute,
They weren't. No, no, they not. That's not the truth. They 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 were going to sign James Harden, but they didn't want to spend $3 more million on James Harden.
yeah, they gave the money to Serge. I remember this. I remember it clearly. It
Yeah,
was between Serge because they had
they could get
Westbrook and
both.
KD for like another 2 years or 3 years, and James was the last one to get his contract. And they're like, no, we can't give you the. I think it was not the super, the max. There was no super max
No,
at the time.
64 million over 3 years.
Right. And they gave the rest of the money to Serge instead. Because Serge's contract was the one that was in the balance. They're like, do we go full offense, because he was their defensive anchor.
Yeah.
Do we go full offense and we keep Harden and keep the core? Or do we get rid of Harden and, try to balance this thing out? And they never won. It
Okay,
was a
fam.
huge mistake.
So I was right.
Yeah.
OKC owns LA Clippers first round pick.
Jesus.
Now hold on.
Sam Presti, man.
Hear this, bro. The
I'm listening.
Clippers can get the first pick in the draft. Okay, and they would have Cooper Flag on their team. Oh my god.
It's ridiculous, man. How many picks do the Raptors have?
Raptors have one in this draft. So OKC owns their own. They own
Yeah.
Utah's top 10 protected. Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
They own Miami's top 14 protected. I don't think they're going to get this one
Jeez.
at all.
No,
But
Miami's going to playoffs for sure.
they're not getting this one. But they own
Mm-hmm.
Phillies
Mm-hmm.
top 6 protected. And they
Top
own
six.
yeah.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm telling you, bro, this
Oh my
OKC.
goodness. You know what I
That's what
think
I'm saying.
I think Sam Presti's next play is just like to watch and see how the team does this year. And he's like, okay, if we can't get to the finals, then we're gonna use some of this leverage to get
Bro, but
another player.
why not do that? This like you should do that
No, no,
now.
no. You can't mess with the young nucleus because remember they're winning games right now. So you want to see it. You want to see it through. They gave them last year, which was their first year, like
Mm.
as contenders. So you want to give them another year to see if they can do it. If not, then you use your leverage,
Then
right?
this draft pick's gone now.
No, what
This
I'm
is the
saying,
most valuable draft pick. This 2025 LA
no, but
Clippers.
right, but what I'm saying is you give it up until like say halfway through the season. If your team looks good, you roll with it. If you feel like they need to tweak, then
Mm.
you have your ace in their pocket. I
True.
mean, they don't really need it. It's just to see like can we add to what we have. But what they have is amazing already,
Like they have
right,
so many prospects. They don't need all these draft picks. That's what I'm saying.
bro?
Like they
Bro,
they
that's what we
can.
said. That's what we said last time. And now look how they drafted and look how they developed their guys, right?
Jeez. And then they
And they're
just
them
traded
adding
away Josh Giddy.
Caruso
Oh yeah.
was chef's kiss, man. That guy is gonna be amazing for them
And
with them.
Hartenstein.
Hartenstein too, but for me, the reason why I'm more high on Caruso is because that he's a wing defender,
Yeah.
right? And most of the
They
guys,
need
like you can have your big bodies here that can get 6 fouls and do whatever, but that wing defender can swing a series, bro. I'm telling you,
So,
right?
last story of the night is the injury. So, we saw on Monday
Yeah,
Scottie
man.
go down with a orbital
Boo.
bone injury, and then Paulo the next night went down
Yeah.
with a oblique
Paulo
injury.
Banchero,
And
yeah.
what is going on in the NBA? We don't have Embiid hasn't played yet. Paul George hasn't played yet. Isn't so? There's a few other stars that have been injured. Like, what do you think is going on in today's NBA?
I think we years past I used to say like some guys coming to the season out of shape, and sometimes it could lead to injury and whatnot. But this year, a
Mhm.
lot of these injuries look like are freak injuries, right? Like who was it? The center for the Pacers tore his Achilles
Oh
today.
yeah. Oh my.
Um,
What?
like that's not an in shape or out of shape thing. That's just like a freak thing. There's the other player who broke his leg just running down the court. You remember?
I sent you that one. Oh my god, he
Yeah,
broke his ankle.
just
Dyson
broke it
Daniel.
like full out like a Paul George type break. Like his foot was dangling. You know what I mean? So these injuries are not like whether or not the players are coming in shape. It's just a lot of freak injuries, man, and it's unfortunate because the season just started. We're not even a month in. We haven't played 10 games yet,
Look at this.
right?
This is all the injuries of the Hawks.
Oh my god,
Oh, Jalen Brown is injured too. Oh, of course, Porzingis is injured.
Porzingis, yeah, that's a big one. I
Oh,
didn't know Boyan.
Ben Simmons is just looking for ways not to play basketball.
Hey man, what's up with him, man? He doesn't want to take the shot. Like,
Oh,
you're
he doesn't
6'10"
want. He doesn't
at the
want.
rim.
He's
Oh my
done.
god.
Basketball.
And
He's not.
yeah, it's over. I would release him or trade him right now as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Karis LeVert is out. Damn.
Lonzo Ball is still out. Like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, Max
Lonzo
Strauss.
Ball just got back and he's out already.
Yeah.
Man, it's a lot of
Oh,
injuries.
Steph Curry is out
Asar
too.
Thompson, bro. Do you see that thing with his blood clot?
No, what happened?
Yeah, he is it Asar or Amen? One of them. One of
Yeah,
the
this
twins
is fair.
have a blood clot issue, bro.
That's not good, bro.
It's not good at all.
Oh man. Then Steph
Hopefully,
Curry's out too.
yeah. But hey, shout out to the Warriors, man. Oh my God,
Hey, the Warriors
Buddy,
are doing it. Like,
Buddy Hield, man. He's looking like Mark
you
Price
think
out there.
you think that's sustainable though? Like,
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
they're
What I
showing.
think is, I think it's gonna be a good look when Steph gets back
Yeah,
because it'll open up the floor for Buddy. But the way he's playing right now without
mm,
Steph is not sustainable. No way.
yeah.
There's no way. Because he's on like a career high in terms of 3 point percentage. Like it's ridiculous right now the way he's
Jeez.
shooting. What do you think about Memphis though? Are you believing
Mm,
in them again?
I believe in them. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I believe in them. Yeah, they got some bigs, and with Jaw, as long as Jaw stays on the court, they're good.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the key, man. Yeah, I
All right.
agree.
Well, that is it for around the NBA. Let me get back to
Yes.
so predictions. We want to say predictions for this week coming up. The Raptors are playing at Denver. They're on a road trip actually.
Okay.
So Raptors are playing at Denver. They're going to be playing the Kings again, and
Mm.
they're going to be playing the Clippers. And I
I'm
think they're
gonna
going to play the
go.
Lakers as well next. So, what are you thinking?
I'm going with a similar record for this week. 1-3. If it's
One
four,
and two, 1 and 2,
I keep my math is wrong. Is it 3 games or four?
three
I think
games,
they're
3 games.
playing the Lakers too. Oh, 3 games. Yeah, they're going 1-2.
Okay. So
um.
who do you think they're going to beat?
So they got Denver. They got Sacramento.
And they got the Clippers.
Denver. We never play well in Denver, and we're missing everybody.
Yeah.
If IQ returns, which I'm hearing that he might return
Yeah.
soon, um, that Denver game could be interesting
Hmm.
because Jamal Murray right now is like playing at 73%, and if you throw a fast guard in there, it might disrupt things. But we never played well in Denver.
Yeah.
I think the only time we played well in Denver was when Terrence Ross had that amazing dunk on Kenneth Faried. That was probably the only time I remember us having a good game there. Who else? You said the Clippers.
Yeah, Clippers and then the Kings as well.
We're not going to beat the Kings at home. They're a really good team at home with that crowd. And then the Clippers now have a new stadium with this stupid wall, the fan wall thing. You saw
Yeah,
that?
that looks so cool, man. Like
It looks
so they
amazing, but I'm
shoot
scared
things
for
out
it.
of it. It looks like they're
Yeah,
throwing, and then it just like
and they're
something
shooting
comes
from the
out.
top. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's dope. I like it, man. Very creative, but I don't know how our young boys are gonna fare in that type of environment. I have
Okay.
no
Well,
idea how
does
that's
it
gonna go.
does it make sense if I tell you like they're playing Denver on Monday, which
Yeah,
yeah, I think that might be a loss. They play
that's a lot.
Wednesday against the Kings, and then Saturday again against the Clippers.
We could get the Kings.
I don't think they're going to beat the Kings again.
Yeah, I don't see it.
DeRozan had 33, and he had a really bad
Yeah,
shooting
it was
night.
an off night. Yeah, the thing is with that game against Sacramento, Sacramento's been like Jekyll and Hyde
Yeah,
this season, so we don't know what team's gonna show up. And again, DeMar is not sure. He plays well when he's in Toronto against us, but on the road against Toronto, he doesn't fare that well.
hmm,
So yeah, I mean that game is a toss up for me. The
yeah,
Clippers are playing okay.
yeah,
I mean Norm Powell looking like playoff Norm in October is
yeah.
crazy. James Harden's still there. Terrence Mann. I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough one to predict, man. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say we win one game, but it won't be in Denver for sure.
I think I don't want them to win one game. I want them to lose all three, but I have a feeling they're
Okay.
going to beat the Clippers.
It
I think,
depends on what Clippers team shows up
yeah,
and how our young guys like. Okay, put it this way: if we start the game looking like a deer in headlights, then we're screwed
okay,
because that arena looks very intimidating. Even as a fan watching, like the fans are like above you, like
yeah,
they're sitting above you,
yeah. And
cheering and all the lights and
cool.
everything. Like
Like that
we're gonna make it.
wraparound
Oh,
jumbotron looks
beautiful,
so
bro.
cool, bro.
Beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I
yeah,
think I think the Cowboys have something like that. They have some kind of state of the art jumbotron,
yeah.
but I've never seen the wraparound one.
That's so
That's
cool.
beautiful. Yeah, that's it for
All right.
me, man. In terms
Yeah,
of
yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with you. I
we-
think they'll go 1-2, but I think they might beat the Clippers. I want them to kind of lose all three. I'm in the
I'm with
mindset
that
the
too.
Raptors should
Yeah.
win one every 5 games. That's my thing.
By the way, when the hell is Bruce Brown coming back, bro? And what the hell's going on with Kelly Olynyk? Like, can we get a full squad for at least 2 games?
I no,
I just
just
want to see what it looks like. I just want. That's
I don't
all.
want to see Bruce Brown ever, bro. I
I just
don't.
want to see what it looks like. That's
Kelly, we can talk, but Bruce
because we
Brown,
could use Kelly tonight, like as a stretch big or just another big body.
you
But
know,
like, man,
Kelly is not a center, and we're gonna be playing him at center.
well, yeah, well, I mean, sure, we're
And
putting
yeah,
Momo at
he's gonna
center.
stress.
We're putting
Hey,
Momo at center.
I'd rather mobile at center, baby.
That's a
But
fact.
yeah.
That's
Anyways, Sheldon, thank you for joining me today on this
always,
broadcast.
brother.
It was a good day today.
Always,
We'll get you
man.
back in here and soon. But yeah, let me play us out because the I've got new music from Odd by
Hey, let's
Lindo
go.
to play you
Let's
out,
go.
and
Shout out to Lindo.
I don't even know if it's working. Let's go. I gotta
Yeah.
put it in the fader and stuff like that.
You playing it?
Yeah, it's playing right now.
Oh, there we go.
Anyways, guys, thank you very much for joining us today on the Boardman Gets Paid podcast. None
Sir.
of us are Boardman just yet, so we're not getting paid. But if you can, please like, subscribe,
Share,
check us out
subscribe.
on the
Yes.
YouTubes and anywhere you get your podcasts. And please, I guess what do you say? Get the comments in. How do you say that?
Just comment on whatever. Just tell us how you feel in the
Tell us how
comments.
you feel about us.
Yeah, you got questions, feedback. Whatever you got, just let us know. If you like
Hit
it,
me
if
up
you don't
on,
like it, let
yeah.
us know.
Hit me up on
Engagement
Twitter,
works.
Dirk
Yes.
_cafe, and yeah,
Hit me
until
up.
next time.
That's my Twitter handle. Follow me.
Oh, that's his Twitter handle right there. Yeah.
Shout out to Vince, man. Congratulations, bro. I know you're watching this. We love you, Vince.
Love you, Vince, bro. All right.
All right. Peace out, man.